Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I saw a video where somebody told 10 things that their viewers might not know about them. And that got me thinking about what my 10 things would be. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Today I'm going to share 10 things that you might not know about me. Number 1, I have never had a Big Mac. In fact, I was 17 before I had McDonald's at all. I grew up in a very small town in the Northwest Territories, and we didn't have a McDonald's. In fact, the nearest McDonald's was in Yellowknife, which was a long ways away. So I never had a Big Mac, but I used to see all of the commercials for McDonald's and just, think that it must be the most delicious food in the world. In fact, the McRib commercials really got me. And I remember the first time I had a McRib, I was incredibly disappointed, but I never ever ended up having a Big Mac, and now I don't eat meat, so I never will. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to school so bad. My older sister, who is 4 years older than me, she got to go to school and I wasn't allowed to yet. So multiple times I snuck out of the house and followed her to school. And it was a distance walking, freaking my poor mother out. After the first time, she kind of caught on. But yeah, so desperately, two things really. I desperately wanted to be with my older sister because I worshipped her. And I wanted to know what this magical place called school was so that I could sort of be part of things. Once I started, it stopped being that exciting. I was such a shy, awkward, clumsy kid when I was in school, but I found sanctuary in art. So I was an art kid. And in high school, I took sanctuary in the art room, and I had an art teacher named Mrs. Johns who was amazing, and she kind of got it. So she sort of let me have free reign of the art room in between classes, over lunchtime, early and after school. I basically could use any materials I wanted and do whatever I wanted. And I loved it because art was my sanctuary, art and books. And my favorite summer of all in school was the summer that I got a scholarship to art school. And I got to go to Saskatchewan to an art school there and be around all the other art geeks and musicians that were there at the time. And that was an incredible summer. But yeah, totally an art kid. Still love to draw, paint, all that sort of stuff. That's always been my thing. Again, I was a very shy and awkward kid. I learned to sew when I was very young. My mom was a big sewer and a crocheter, and she taught me how to do both. And sewing was always, and is always, something that I really love to do. I have made everything from my kids' clothes to quilts, and I have traditionally hand-tailored men's suits, and I used to make a lot of my own clothes, suits and things like that. Right down to designing and making my own wedding dress. Because I came to Canada when I was very young and am an immigrant, Canadian citizen, but an immigrant, my first language was Portuguese. I've always wanted to learn French, and my goal is to plot myself in the middle of France, somewhere rural, where very few people speak English, and see how fast or how long it will take me to learn to be conversational in it. That is definitely something that I want to do. I am dyslexic, for real, which was a big challenge growing up because in those days, especially in a small town in the Northwest Territories, I don't think teachers were as trained as they are today to look for learning disabilities. And so a lot of my report cards said something along the lines of, she's bright but lazy, because they just didn't get it. I was a voracious reader even back then and could read well past my grade level, but I could not spell. I eventually learned how to learn and overcame that, though spelling is still a challenge for me, and mispronouncing names is also a challenge for me. But because of that, I was extra vigilant when my kids were young to look for any challenges that they might be having so that they didn't have to struggle the way I did. I don't blame my parents. It's just that nobody really talked about it back then, and or really looked for it. I've never been to a drive-in movie, nor have I ever skinny dipped. Two things that are actually on my bucket list. Let me know if you want me to do a video of the things on my bucket list, because those might surprise you as well. But yeah, never been done either one of those things in my youth. And the reason for that is that because I grew up in the Northwest Territories, and in the summertime, it was too light out at night to do a drive-in movie or go skinny dipping and not get seen. And in the winter, it was just too damn cold. So I've never done either one of those things, but they are definitely on my bucket list. Maybe it's because I'm the daughter of immigrants, but and I grew up with that sort of can-do work ethic. But I've always harbored the belief that there's pretty much nothing that I can't learn how to do. I'm not saying I would do it well or to a professional level, but I've always believed that if it's something that I want to learn to do bad enough, I could probably learn how to do it passably, which is why I am always willing to try something. And it's a belief that I've had forever. I don't know where it came from. I think I could probably do pretty much anything if I wanted to bad enough. And I think most of us probably could. I have 3 tattoos and am definitely open to getting more. 2 of them are in places that would be public and that would be visible to the public, one of which is not, and that's as much as I'm going to say about that. I think everybody has a stupid human trick, and this is mine. Sorry about that. So that's 10 things that you may or may not have known about me. I just love the idea of sharing those things just so that we can get to know each other better. I would love to know down below what your stupid human trick is, because don't lie, you've got one. And tell me a little bit more about yourselves. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed that. I just wanted to take a nice long walk along the beach and share that with you because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful fall day. It's a little nippy, but gorgeous. So now I'm going to go home and make some dinner. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. Please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share it with somebody you think might like it, comment all of those good things because it really helps the channel grow and I would really appreciate it. Thanks.